Like most of you out there listening, I have people in my life that could probably use that casket. Because of my line of work, I truly understand the enormous health problems facing us today. We eat terrible diets full of food teeming with sugar, unhealthy fats and chemicals. We expose ourselves to toxins every single day. We don't get enough sleep. Our schedules are hectic and stress-filled, and we don't exercise enough. As a result, rates of the most serious diseases such as obesity, heart disease, and diabetes have skyrocketed over the last few decades. Our immune systems are compromised with autoimmune conditions like fibromyalgia. Nowadays, to be vibrant and healthy in your later years is extremely rare. Instead, debilitating conditions that send us to an early grave are the norm. What most people don't realize is that there is one factor, and it can't be seen by the human eye. That's the biggest culprit in today's health woes: free radicals. You've probably heard of them, but until the last several years, we didn't realize just how big a threat free radicals are to our health. Free radicals are rogue molecules that bounce around within our cells, reacting and stealing electrons from stable molecules. This creates a domino effect of damaged molecules that eventually turn healthy cells into damaged, sluggish, and sick cells, and alter DNA as well. There's a second chapter to the free radical story. Scientists have now figured out that free radicals lay the groundwork for an insidious condition that's implicated in a slew of diseases ranging from dementia and irritable bowel syndrome to diabetes and obesity. What is this condition? Inflammation, chronic low-grade inflammation that can affect the entire body. Free radical damage is a huge contributor to chronic inflammation. But over time, this silent inflammation damages cells, tissues, and organs and creates absolute havoc in the body. The problem is, you can't feel it or know it's there until it's too late. How bad is the inflammation epidemic? Well-respected cardiologist and proponent for healthy lifestyle change Stephen Sinatra, MD, says, silent inflammation can cause heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, arthritis, autoimmune diseases, Parkinson's disease, and cancer. Not a pretty list, is it? So, is there a solution to the damage and inflammation created by free radicals? Yes, they're called antioxidants. And just as free radical damage leads to sick, sluggish cells, antioxidants can neutralize free radicals, repair damaged cells, and DNA. In addition, it can rejuvenate cellular energy and metabolism and lay the foundation for healthy cells, healthy tissues, and healthy organs. What most people don't realize is that chocolate is created from a plant called cacao, whose beans provide the basic taste, texture, and flavor of chocolate. But it also provides the most antioxidants per serving compared to any other food. That's right, you can get more antioxidants in your diet by eating a high antioxidant, healthy chocolate product than you can from eating virtually any other food, including blueberries, red peppers, spinach, and more. In fact, you'd have to eat 6.5 pounds of tomatoes, 1.5 pounds of spinach, or 1/2 pound of blueberries to get the same number of antioxidants you'll find in just 3 6-gram pieces of superior quality healthy chocolate. That's about the amount of chocolate I would recommend a person consume on a daily basis. Cacao has a treasure trove of nutrients that deliver a wide range of other benefits to the body. Aside from possessing powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compounds, cacao delivers other compounds that positively affect cellular communication and gene expression for enhanced immune response. Additionally, cacao contains several chemicals, such as PEA, anandamide, theobromine, and tryptophan that affect the brain and its influence on mood, mental and physical energy, and one's sense of well-being. In short, cacao has a powerhouse of nutrients crucial to human health. But here is the question. For decades, most of us have thought of chocolate as nothing more than a junk food or a calorie-blasting indulgence. The truth is that most chocolate foods out there are junk, and that's just because the processing used in most commercial chocolates destroys all the healthful antioxidants and other nutrients like enzymes. So, can chocolate really be the antioxidant powerhouse you need to recapture optimal wellness? Absolutely. First, let's discuss some of the health problems that are putting us in early graves and how high antioxidant chocolate can be the solution to your health concerns. First on the list is cardiovascular disease. It's the top killer in America for both men and women, claiming more than 1 million lives every year. In fact, every 33 seconds, someone in the U.S. dies from cardiovascular disease, which is roughly the equivalent of a 9/11-like tragedy repeating itself every 24 hours, 365 days a year. Heart disease is such a threat that it kills more people than AIDS and all cancers combined. So what about chocolate and heart disease? Can it help? Most definitely. In fact, heart disease is one of the areas for which chocolate has been most proven to be effective. For instance, if you look on PubMed, the world's largest clearinghouse of medical and scientific research, you'll find more than 250 studies investigating the potential heart-friendly benefits of cacao and chocolate. Chocolate has taken the science world by storm, and its benefits for cardio health are right at the center of this focus. For instance, Dr. Norman Hollenberg of Harvard University, who has conducted some of the key research done on chocolate thus far, has said that the benefits of one class of antioxidants in chocolate, called epicatechins, are, quote, among the most important observations in the history of medicine, unquote. Dr. Hollenberg continues, quote, epicatechin could potentially get rid of 4 of the 5 most common diseases in the Western world, including cardiovascular disease. How important does that make this epicatechin? Well, I would say it could be one of the most important antioxidants known to man. He found that the islanders who drank several cups of raw fresh cocoa every day had significantly lower blood pressure rates and other components of heart disease, including type 2 diabetes. Dr. Hollenberg concludes that the CUNA data demonstrates that a diet high in antioxidant-rich chocolate, quote, may provide an extraordinary benefit in the reduction of the 2 deadliest diseases in today's world, end of quote. Now, let's look at diabetes. Did you know that about 26 million people have diabetes and another 79 million are pre-diabetic? That means that more than 20% of our population is plagued with this disease. In addition to this, do you realize that a person who has received the diagnosis of diabetes lived a life of 6 years as a pre-diabetic before they got there? This means that there could be an enormous number of people living pre-diabetic lives just awaiting that diabetic diagnosis. On top of all of this, diabetes was listed as a contributor to more than 231,000 deaths last year, and adult diabetics have heart disease rates about 4 times higher than those without diabetes. But chocolate can certainly help. For instance, a 2012 study from researchers done at the University of Australia, more than 2,000 participants who consumed a high antioxidant chocolate enjoyed significant improvement in the symptoms of diabetes and metabolic syndrome. This is a syndrome that is an interlinking of the symptoms between diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. So how does chocolate benefit the diabetic? The science tells us that the antioxidant compounds in chocolate minimizes free radical damage to the cells and soothes the inflammation of those cells, which means that the cells can effectively metabolize the insulin and glucose in the blood and control their levels much better. And a recent review of more than several studies published by the prestigious medical journal, the British Journal of Medicine, found that regular consumption of antioxidant-rich chocolate is associated with, quote, a substantial reduction in the risk of metabolic disorders such as diabetes, end quote. Now let's talk about obesity and weight loss. The latest numbers tell us that more than 70% of all American adults are overweight or obese. And obesity is a major contributor to heart disease, to diabetes and other conditions, and they all seem to be killing us quicker than ever. Can chocolate really help people lose weight? But the truth is that a high-quality chocolate, one that's been cold processed and protected its crucial nutrients, is different than most other regular chocolates you buy at the store. This high-quality chocolate can deliver a powerful and long-lasting weight loss effect. The thinking is that chocolate may help in several different ways. First, inflammation, which is often created by free radical damage and is known to encourage the body to create the storage of fat in the cells. High antioxidant chocolate is a wonderful anti-inflammatory food. In addition, cacao contains several compounds that influence the chemicals in the brain, which control or help control hunger and appetite. Cacao is also thought to positively impact genes that regulate weight gain. And of course, we've just learned that cacao can help stabilize and control blood sugar levels in diabetics. This is significant because high glucose levels are directly tied to being overweight. So, is there science backing chocolate's anti-obesity effects? You bet. Absolutely. For instance, let's talk about a 2011 study published in the American Journal of Bariatric Medicine, which yielded some pretty impressive results. As part of an improved wellness program, 50 adults consumed premium quality, high antioxidant chocolate meal replacement shakes for 12 weeks. What did the study researchers find? The findings were that the average weight loss per participant was an extremely impressive 31.3 pounds. The average decrease in waistline circumference was a 5.8-inch reduction. None of the participants experienced any ill health effects from the program, and none of the 50 participants who started the study dropped out of the program. Let me review that again. In a study on weight loss, 50 out of 50 subjects finished their program. I don't know exactly the reason why, but my comment is, if it's healthy chocolate and it's producing weight loss results of this level, I can see why nobody would want to stop that kind of a weight loss program. This is basically unheard of in the medical world. Usually 100 subjects will start to get 50 subjects to finish. Not in this case. And when all was said and done, the study authors unsurprisingly noted that the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects of the raw cacao shake undoubtedly contributed to the weight loss effects. Now, let's examine another important area, that of brain health. If your brain function is compromised, then it can affect all body systems and functions. When we're talking about problems of the brain, we're talking about everything ranging from strokes and mood disorders to dementia and cognitive function. Strokes are a huge problem as it's the third leading killer in the United States. And I think I can speak for most people when I say that dementia, Alzheimer, and related conditions frighten most of us to death. Well, of course, depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders are a tremendous burden on our health, and all of these come right back to the brain and a healthy brain. In fact, most people recognize that amyloid plaque is being deposited in our brain because it's free radicals that are damaging one cell at a time our brain. The good news is that chocolate is extremely brain-friendly. First, it contains several chemicals or triggers to the production of other chemicals in the body that positively influence the brain. Studies show that compounds such as anandamide, PEA, theobromine, and tryptophan can boost serotonin and endorphin levels, boost overall mood, increase mental energy, and encourage the production of critical neurotransmitters such as melatonin. The results are a natural antidepressant effect, and an increased libido and improved mental and emotional health. The bottom line is the brain benefits from healthy chocolate. Of course, chocolate's powerful free radical fighting ability can protect the brain from cognitive conditions. For instance, a 2012 study from British researchers found that high antioxidant chocolate helps maintain the number and quality of synaptic connections. These are the signaling grid of the brain. And in key brain regions, there's also a benefit which prevents the progression of neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer. And a review of multiple studies published in a 2012 edition of the journal Current Hypertension Reports, it concluded that chocolate offers very powerful protection to the brain and all of its blood vessels from free radical damage because it's an anti-inflammatory. But can chocolate help? Absolutely. Chocolate is nature's top weapon against this oxidative stress and all of its inflammation, and has been shown to improve signs of aging across the spectrum. For example, the International Journal of Cosmetic Science recently showed that an antioxidant mixture featuring cocoa and its antioxidants was very effective at protecting skin cells from damage and DNA alterations. A recent study from the British Journal of Medicine suggests that chocolate can increase the production of key immune cells. British scientists recently found that ingesting high antioxidant chocolate improved blood flow to the eye and protected the retina from free radical damage. On top of all of this, thousands of consumers who make high antioxidant chocolate a regular part of their diet report widespread improvement in the area of anti-aging, including improved energy, better memory, less joint discomfort, youthful skin and hair. So, do you want to live a younger, healthier life? It's pretty clear you can with healthy chocolate. By now, you're starting to see that chocolate possesses some extremely impressive health properties. The problem with most chocolate foods is that the chocolate they use has been stripped of their antioxidants. In an effort to make chocolate taste better, most chocolate makers heat the cocoa beans, then ferment them, and then add alkali to neutralize the bitterness. Unfortunately, all of these cheap and easy methods also neutralize and kill off the powerful antioxidants and other healthful compounds in cacao beans. So sure, you may have a dark, great-tasting